I think we're really just kind of starting to get going well as a team, and we're playing well together. And it was nice to get a win before the break, and now we just had 10 days off to get our bodies rested again and our minds right to get a good push into GNAC here.
And it is a bit of a marathon the rest of the way, 18 straight conference games for you guys. What are some of the things you're going to try and do as a junior leader to accomplish the goals that you guys set out this season?
I'm just going to try to be the best leader I can. We got a lot of young guys, and I know it gets to be a long grind here coming down the stretch, but we really have to make sure we come to practice every day and continue to get better and better because we're going to be playing some really tough competition the rest of the season.
And continuing to get better has been kind of a theme for the younger guys on the team. Preston Beverly, Cade Alcorn, some of the new guys, even Emmanuel Johnson making his debut. Talk about how the new guys have come in and had an impact so far.
Yeah, like you said, we've had a lot of young guys that have had to play heavy minutes this year, and I feel like they've just been getting better and better, and I expect them to continue to just keep getting better. Preston definitely has been stepping up. He's been scoring and rebounding very well for us, and man, it was great to have him back for the last week because he's just a different defender than we've had. He's a little bigger and longer than Cade, and he's just tough to shoot over. Once you get in the lane, he just changes everyone's shot. And if there's a rebound in his area, he just goes up and gets it over everyone.
So you'll see Simon Fraser in Western Washington this week. This is your third time through the conference, so you've seen these teams before. You've been in these type of games. What adjustments, if any, will you make now as a junior, and how will you help lead the team that way?
You have an approach where you can't take any nights off because every team in our conference is talented, and if you don't show up even against teams that you think you should beat, they can beat you at any given night. So you just have to come in and just know that your competition is going to be very good every night and just play as hard as you can.
And then you had a unique opportunity earlier this week. You had the Yellowjacket Holiday Hoops Camp, got to welcome some youngsters from Billings to Alterowitz. Talk about some of the activities you did and the chance to host a camp like that.
Yeah, it was fun to get the local kids in and give back a little bit and just help them out. And my station was a shooting station, so I just helped work on their shot form and getting better with that. And yeah, it was fun to help the kids out.
Yesterday we had the camp. It was really fun. We had 2 sessions actually. It was just a chance to be around some younger guys, teach them something that they possibly don't know, and possibly enhance the things that they do know. It was just great to always be around younger kids that love playing basketball.
And this week you guys are back in action. You have a couple of GNAC games. You're hosting Simon Fraser Thursday and Western Washington on Saturday. It's been a couple weeks since you were in action. You had the holiday break. So talk about where you think the team's at and your thoughts heading into this week's game.
Yeah, it's really good to be back. Having that break is kind of refreshing actually, just to get your mind right for the second half of the season and second semester. And we're really looking forward to those games, looking forward to being able to compete again. Most definitely Preston, yeah, he's really stepped up. His game is really starting to come along. We got Cade stepping up as well. We have Manny there with him, even though Manny's not freshman, he's a transfer. Oh yeah, Manny's big time down there. He's becoming a rock of ours. So added some size as well. So we had Cade in there, which was kind of an anchor for us, but Manny coming in with those 6 blocks is major.
And then you are a senior on the team this year. How's it going to help to have you and guys like Jace Anderson, Mark Matthews, guys who have seen the GNAC conference multiple times? How's it going to help the team?
That just kind of adds to some of that leadership and that experience that we need, that we kind of lack with these younger guys. As guys that have been through it and they know how to play through the problems that we're going to have, or more competition, I'll say.
And you have 18 GNAC games left on the schedule. What are some goals for you, for the team? How do you guys want to approach these games and finish?
for a team, we would like to compete as best as we possibly can, and obviously making that tournament and going as far as we possibly can in that tournament is a main goal of ours.
Well, anytime you have that break, sometimes you never know how guys are going to come back. We've had a good practice. Our first day back, we had a good practice. The guys didn't seem like there was too much rust. But every team, every Division II team in America has to deal with the break. So it's not really an advantage or a disadvantage. We just got to hopefully the guys come back and did some stuff over that break, and so we don't have too much to work on. I was pleased, like I said, with practice yesterday, and we're looking forward to getting the GNEC off and going.
You guys did finish your first portion of the schedule on a positive note, a nice win over Northwest in your last game, and you had a couple of tough games in Seattle. Your thoughts on how the team has sort of adjusted so far this season?
Well, that seems like it was so long ago. It's funny, we talk about these seasons, you kind of talk about, we kind of talk about obviously the preseason, and then you get into the the kind of the non-conference games before conference, and the way our league does it, we have the 2 conference games before Christmas. And then, this is kind of the second season. And, everything we do is built up for these next 18 games. And we really, we know we have a big task ahead of us. The GNEC is as good as ever. And, so our focus right now is just, these next 18. Obviously Thursdays, we get to start at home, which I think is an advantage coming off the break. And, we're excited about our team and excited about. Obviously, we got a lot of young guys, and they're going to be going through that GNEC for the first time, and it's going to be interesting to see how they respond.
One of those young guys, Preston Beverly, he's really stepped up over his last 6 games, averaging 13 points and above 8 rebounds. Talk about his ability to come in as a true freshman and make a difference.
Well, I think he's getting better and better. He's making the adjustment that we need him to make. Obviously, the level of play and the intensity you got to bring to practice every day. He's a talented kid. He didn't shoot the ball great. His percentages weren't great, but I think he's a better shooter than what he's shown. He's the best passer on our team. He's got great vision. He's one of the better passers we've had since we've been here. And when you're 6'7", almost 6'8", and you're long and you have the ability to pass, you can cause some problems. He's got a great knack for the ball. He's always around the ball, it seems like, on rebounds. We went into practice yesterday. We went up and down the first time. And I think the first 3 defensive possessions, he was the one that got the rebound. So he just has a nose for the ball, and I think he's starting to understand. I think he's starting to be confident that he can play and succeed at this level, and so it's fun to see that with a young guy. But we're seeing that out of a lot of the young guys, and the real test for them is going through these next 18 games.
And among your returners, Jace Anderson, Mark Matthews, they've seen this conference 2 times. This will be their 3rd time through. Even Emmanuel Johnson seeing it last year. How are you going to count on those guys to lead the younger players in these big games?
Well, I think our returners have played like returners for the most part this year. Obviously, everybody knows we've been shorthanded. We feel like moving forward, we're going to be a little bit more at full strength than we have been. Being able to, I think we're actually going to have, barring any craziness, we're going to have 10 guys on the bench Thursday. So, I think the returners need to step up and do what they've done so far this year. And the nice thing is, in the preseason, we traveled 4 times. We went on 3 trips where we had to fly, and then we went on the 1 bus trip. So we had a tough preseason before Christmas, those tough 10 games before Christmas. We spent a lot of time on the road. I mean, this Thursday game is only our 3rd home game. So it's not like our young guys, as far as the travel, I think they know how to travel. I just think the grind of playing a really, really good GNEC schedule, that the teams are well coached. They know what we do. That's going to be the adjustment they make, and hopefully those returners help with that adjustment.
As you mentioned, it has been a bit of a road stretch to start the season. You have 2 at home this week, but then you turn right around and you have 4 more on the road. How do you keep the team focused on just the game on Thursday, not worrying about the huge road test? And what are your thoughts against Simon?
Well, what I've realized sometimes in doing this is sometimes you know the schedule a lot better than your kids do. They probably don't even know that we have that road trip coming up. So I don't really have to worry about, just worry about Simon, because I don't think they've looked that far ahead, to be honest with you. So I think the one nice thing, and we can talk about that road trip a little bit after these 2 games, is it's during vacation period, so there's no school. So we have no excuses. The next 6 games, GNAC games we play, there's no school. So that helps. Our focus can be primarily on getting better as a basketball team and having these guys get better as individual basketball players. So that's nice that these next 6 games have no school. As far as Thursday, it's like I said, coming out of the break, everybody I think has that kind of renewed optimism that, hey, it's kind of a new start to your season. And it's interesting, a lot of teams, how different teams will come out of this break. Some teams will come out playing really well, and some teams might come out a little sluggish. We hope we come out playing really well. And as far as Simon Fraser goes, new coach, new program, lots of new players. So we have a lot to learn about them in this week. Coach Schmidt and myself we'll try to have the guys ready as far as scout goes, and it's a big one though, because it is a home game. We want to take care of business at home. It's our first home GNAC game, and we really want to play well.